If you are the one who always cleans it up, fixes, organizes, handles the difficult conversations, handles the paperwork, handles the emotional fallout, here's the pattern. You don't just solve problems, you get recruited into other people's chaos, and you call it strength. And the more competent you are, the more often you get recruited. Today, we are going to expose how that happens. It usually looks like this. Something becomes messy, unclear, or emotionally charged. The other person hesitates, avoids, or escalates. Your nervous system feels the tension of disorder. You step in to stabilize. You become the executor. Resentment arrives later. And the part many strong women miss, the pattern doesn't start when someone creates the mess. It starts when you automatically say, I'll handle it. Not because you're weak, because you are capable. But capability without boundaries eventually becomes self-erasure. Here is what's happening underneath. Your nervous system associates resolution with safety. So unresolved situations pull you forward. You are decisive, administratively strong, action-oriented. You hate loose ends. So when someone underfunctions, you overfunction to restore stability. Because disorder feels unsafe to a nervous system trained on responsibility. But the cost is subtle. Competence slowly becomes obligation. And eventually, your body starts whispering, this isn't mine. I did not choose this. I am carrying something I resent. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If you didn't step in, what actually happens? Not the fear story, not the guilt story, the literal outcome. Does the situation collapse? Or does it simply become visible? Or does the other person finally have to face their own consequences? Because strong women are rarely afraid of failure. They are afraid of being seen as the one who let it fall. Inside the infinity method, this is where the pattern becomes visible. Because until you notice the moment you internally say yes, you can't change the pattern externally. Here's the shift that changes everything. You can have capacity without adopting responsibility. Just because you can fix something does not mean it's yours to fix. You can be competent without being recruited. Living unbraced means you stop confusing I can with I must. Your standards come online before resentment. So instead of automatically observing the mess, you say, I did not initiate this. If you want to proceed, you will need to arrange what's required. Calm, neutral, no lecture. Just responsibility distribution. And yes, when you stop carrying things that aren't yours, other people may wobble. That wobble often triggers guilt. But that guilt isn't truth. It's simply withdrawal from an old identity. I am the one who handles it. You don't need to prove your values through exhaustion. You need coherence. And coherence sounds like this. I choose what I hold. If this is landing, stay with me.